Good evening. I want to do a video on the equities market profiling, basically looking at the levels that I would trade. I started laying out some of the levels on these, but I'm going to ignore these levels for now and just kind of look at this. Let's see, high levels, high chart drawings. Where are my drawings, bro? I'm not even going to worry about these right now. What I want to do is just kind of look at the profiles and kind of get an idea. Let's see. What I need to do, I just need to delete these. I'll throw down some fresh levels and just kind of look at what we've got on the charts. So if we look at Apple, we're in a pretty big balance here. This is a monthly chart down here. So we're in a 4-month balance. This is a weekly chart. There's our daily chart down here. Really just include this area for now. So a very big balance area. This is a weekly profile. Each one of these bars are daily bars. And we can see pretty clear balance area within, what's inside of this. We've been moving value lower. I'll put these back together, but we can see pretty clearly where our weekly balances are moving lower. And we look at our daily balances. Let's see. What I want to do, is just kind of put these together, put our previous profiles together. So we can see something pretty clearly shaping up here. A little bit less whenever we do it. Let's see. So we have a pretty clear distribution split here. And then we can also see on this chart, we have a double distribution here on this day. So if we split these back out, we see we also had a pullback to this level. So this gives me, in my opinion, a pretty good idea of where I want to look for. Come on, didn't mean to do that. So this was the first half hour. These are half hour bars inside of a daily profile. And I have the overnight, after hours, whatever, taken off of this chart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this an over-under. And then we can see the bottom of balance here, which we've rejected 4 times. And as much as we've moved down, here, I think the market is pretty short on Apple. Now, we had the PC release and some other things today. Things moved up, and actually Apple closed here. Some of the indexes, some of the other names moved up, and the after hours trade, and then ended up moving down. Some of them moved back up in the afternoon. So this is a 60-hour chart here, so we can see, we can see what Apple did here. See a huge amount of volume delta here, but with the equities, that's a little bit off. It's a very strong positive delta, but that could be from shorts covering, and it's more than likely, in my opinion, going to be from dark pool off exchange stuff. As we can just tell, we can see whenever when that comes in. These times are wrong. You just tell by looking at the chart. Okay, so whenever we take the overnight trade off, whenever that dark pool is reported, we can see what the delta looks like. And again, it's a little bit off. It's going to be skewed to the sell side with equities because we don't have very good reporting as far as buy-sell aggressor activity, and then we have a spread too. So it's really kind of hard to tell which side these trades are hitting on. So I don't pay too much attention to the delta on these names. What I will do is I'll filter it, but I'm not going to set it up on this chart. But anyway, looking at this, you know, I really kind of like this area. If we can build below this area here, I think we might continue down. I don't like that trade that much, just because we have, you know, the market's already pretty short. And even though I think maybe some of that short pressure was relieved today, it's just not the side of the positioning that I want to be on. So for me, what I'd rather see is an attempt to break above this over under at 180, basically 181. I'll write this stuff down. Apple top of balance, 181. So if we can build above that, then look to take that long. Let's look at an Apple chart here. Bear with me. Having some technical difficulties. There we go. Okay. All right. So if we look at Apple, let's try to kind of sync this up a little bit here. Somewhere like this, right? So we see this balance area down here. You know, this red line is pretty much the balance area on the higher time frame chart. We have several touches here where it looked like the market was too short. So we have that quadruple bottom. And we have some kind of sharp moves up. That also lines up with our put wall, our GEX flick, our 1 sigma down level, which would have been fairly close today too, because we closed about in the same area. So we have a lot of stuff down here to get through. Balance area, put wall, all this kind of stuff. If we can build below this, or if we open below tomorrow, then I think we have a good opportunity to maybe get some more liquidation if anybody tried to get long in this mess today. I think the more likely trade is try to short this call wall. You know, this call wall, 182.50. So we're looking at up here, that would be the previous high day, would be a great place to short. 1 sigma up at 182. That puts us right basically where this distribution is. So that might be something where I'd look a couple times to get in that trade, but I would like to look in this area, this 181 area. If it builds above that, maybe just pass and go on to the next one, unless the overall market is showing signs of bullishness. Next, look at Microsoft. All right, again, I'm going to delete these. Pretend like you did not see them. As well, look at those levels again. I'm going to kind of ignore where they were at too. So again, this is our weekly profile. This will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then this is the overnight here. And so it's a very janky chart. This is not a pretty chart. This is just, again, another big balance. So I know on the indexes, I do not trade in balance very well. I don't look for the bigger moves, and so we had a previous balance area. We broke above this area, and I'm going to call this our current balance area right here. So look below here and fail, or look below and go. I don't really want to trade this, to be honest with you. Like, I just don't like this. We had a gap up, moved down a little bit. We've been moving value higher. And then today, what are you going to do with that? I just don't like it. I'd rather be around the outside of this balance area. So let's pull in. Let's see. Why is it so hard to do that? There we go. Okay. So we'll pull in Meta. All right. So what do we got here on Meta? This is fairly synced up here. Not really, huh? I don't know, something like that. See if I can fit this a little better here. All right. Let's see, we have about 415 up here. What is this? Not even the right chart? What am I looking at? I'm looking at Microsoft. Glad I'm not charging for this video. All right, so we have about 415 here, 402 here. That's pretty close. All right, so we actually have our call wall right up here about 415. So above this high day. Want to be short, then I still don't like it. Our sigma up is right above this high day. Our call wall is up here. And if we opened up above this, then maybe a short back in the range, we could still build value higher. That's a pretty big move up. I wouldn't want to trade up in this area. Wouldn't really want to be short this either. So not a big fan of this, of Microsoft. It's a big balance area that I had on my chart from before. So monthly chart, see moving strongly out of this balance. Our weekly chart, so we can see where we moved out. Now we've been in kind of a tighter balance here. We're not really in balance on the weekly or the monthly. We're still trending. So, this doesn't look bad. This is higher value. I would be looking for somewhere to get long the video. This isn't a swing idea because it's already had a pretty good run. But I like this pullback here. This is a bounce area low. I think you're going to find buyers here. I'd be very willing to bet you would find buyers there. So it puts us, where is that, 789. Yeah, I like that area. We don't have a whole lot of room on the sigma levels. We have pretty strong resistance here at the call wall. One thing on the walls on the equity names is they act as really good resistance. But when you open above them, if you can find support there at a previous day's high call wall, then I would want to play that long and look for a move up. I wouldn't want to hold this too long above the 2 sigma level, take profit into strength. But that's why I would look to play that. Try to get a pullback around 789, and then look for us to build higher value on the day. That's a good looking chart. Look at Meta. Okay, so here's a balance I had on Meta. We're above that, so we haven't broken above this balance yet. All right, these are updated. Monthly chart looks great, even though I can't stand Meta. And then we have the same thing, the same look here where we're building value higher. This looks very similar. This is pretty similar chart to what ES looks like. So I might, this is ES here. So I might want to pay a lot of attention to ES on this one. Probably NQ is the same, right? Load up NQ real quick and see. Maybe just watch them real close for correlation. Yeah. So I like this chart. Little strange, my balance area didn't carry over, but let's see. Top of balance 475.50 essentially. Is that right? Or 75.59. Yeah. Okay. So that's the top of our balance area on Meta. So we have some resistance here in this wall. So same thing, if we could open up above this. And I'm just saying that because of the way that I've been seeing the equities act to these walls, that they act as really strong resistance during the session, as you can see. You know, all the touches we've had there and the rejections of that level. But it acts as really strong resistance. But a lot of times when they're ready to go, if we can open above, then I'll pull back to that level to go long. We have a lot of room up. You know, our 1 sigma level is up here. Look for a close inside of that. And then we have our call wall way up here at 500. That's an area I would look for a longer term play, just based on this chart. Not just that one, but then also the higher time frame chart as well. I mean, it looks great. You know, you're a laggard for sure, but I think that this would have much better intraday long setups than Apple, for example. Apple I like for a squeeze, but there's just seems like it has a lot of supply on it. So now Tesla. So at Tesla's this balance area. We have a bigger balance on Tesla as well. We have long liquidation on Tesla today. This looks very similar to Apple. So that's the same thing. If I want to be short something, this is a place where I would look to get short Tesla. So there's a lot of balance levels in it. Really, I would keep all of these levels on my chart. The 200 level. These lows right here is also where we had a change in character and a pullback too. It's already been tapped a couple times. So I don't know if I would expect a really tight stop down here, but I do like this level for a quick pullback and go. If you want to be short, I like this level up here. It's 202 level. Let's see what this chart looks like. And let's see, where's our balance on? So that's the 190, 195 area. So, okay, these weekly charts kind of throw me off a little bit. I'm used to seeing them on ES, but Tesla. So we have support on the call wall here. And then we have resistance here. So we can see how these levels, how it's reacting to these levels. So this would be an area, this 205.50 area, 205, 205.50 that I would look for a short. It's a strong, a lot of call gamma, call GEX up here. And then, close within this 1 sigma area. So look for some support down here. And if we can build below this, then look for a move down here to this area somewhere. But this would be kind of a liquidation trade. Trading down in this area. And then for the bottom of balance is 180. So we're looking, somewhere in this area, a weekly balance. Amazon the load. Still haven't looked at these in a while. We can load Amazon up here. Nice move. Monthly VWAP. We're above. Where's our put loss? So we're above this resistance. And so this would, I don't know when this is going to happen. The trades don't happen as often on the equities as they do on the indexes. Looks a lot like, what was that, Microsoft? But we have a close outside of balance. So it's very interesting to me. This is our monthly balance. This is a very interesting chart to me. This is a very, it's very weak structure. This was in the day, right? Yeah. This was a very weak structure that looks like shorts got squeezed out of this. And now I know what probably happened to ES at the end of the day. But we have some, just kind of looking back at this profile, when we gapped up and moved up into this area, we have some long liquidation, and we actually have some short liquidation. And then we have this trade, we moved up strongly at the open, and it looks like there was a lot of people piling in short on this trade. So, two ways to look at this. I mean, one of them, we're trending strongly, but I don't like being at this monthly balance. And the only reason why I don't like that is because, I think whenever you get these breakouts, these big monthly breakouts out of these huge balance areas, they're going to be huge. And I just don't see the market having the volume in it right now to make that happen. So if we look on, let's see, so we're doing 8 million, did 8 million today. So we had 10 million on this breakout day. 7, 10, 8. So today was a pretty good relative volume day. I don't know, I would keep my eye on this. I do not want to be long in this here, because I think if we get a break, then we get a nice opportunity for a dip buy for a swing trade. But what I think would be more likely here would be a look above and fail. And then we have a really giant area. You know, our first initial target down here, 168 or whatever this is. And then, I mean, that's a huge monthly target. Something to think about there. So, okay, this is yeah. So we're above this positive wall, and then, which I don't know. This could have been the call wall previous. We could have moved all that gamma up today. Wasn't really paying attention to it, but I mean, this chart looks great for continuation long. It really does. Okay, Google. The Goog. Very similar chart, right? So a very big monthly balance. And we have already looked above and failed. I think that's kind of key information, since you know, we have very, very similar, you know, they're pretty correlated instruments. So our weekly balance looked above and failed the monthly, looked below and failed on the weekly. And so we have some long liquidation here, still showing some long liquidation. And is that from gap ups? Those are from run ups at the open. I'm mistrading this garbage, man. So I'll leave that one open. So today we had this strong push up at the open, retraced all of that, similar to what we did on the indexes. And we built and squeezed up and closed up near the highs. So being back inside of this weekly balance on Google, I think this is actually a safer long trade than Amazon, where it's at. Just because you kind of have stuff stacked above on Amazon. We have a smaller balance where we see this distribution here. We see this distribution here with some liquidation below. If we can get above this, then I think these longs are in trouble here. So I think Google might be a nice play for a long, and I would be looking for pullbacks in this area. Yeah, not a bad chart. And AMD. We'll look at AVGO too, Broadcom. Then the indexes real quick. How long is this video? But I'm not paying by the minutes. Oh, it's only 30 minutes. I got nothing better to do. All right. I used to trade AMD a lot. I think it was like 20 bucks when I was trading it. 30 bucks, I don't remember. All right, so look at this trend. It wasn't today. So what a nice trend profile. Just look at AMD on this while we're waiting. I don't have the levels on AMD. I should do them. Wow. Monster. Look at that. That's a beaut. There we go. So this is a very strong trend profile. Would definitely look for continuation. This is what I would trade tomorrow. We have a triple distribution profile. We'll close at the highs. Look at that breakout. What a monster. What a pretty chart. Look at all those rejections. It's a daily chart. What a pretty chart. I really like that. So I would hope for some kind of a pullback into this area to get long AMD. We get it? I don't know. But so that's a lot of numbers. What is that? 14 million. I've already done 4 million in after hours. So I'm glad I put this one on here because this is a weekly. This is the best looking chart out of all of them. Okay. Look at the indexes real quick. So this is ES, our weeklies. These are not weeklies. What's up with that? Wait, no, that's right. Weeks. It's because of the way those are. These are 4-hour bars, right? So yeah. Anyway, so we have a pretty strong close on the weekly chart. This is our overnight session. I don't worry about those very much. And this is today, and kind of what I was getting out of it today. We do have really nice excess down here. We have multiple attempts to close this, so it's really kind of looks like a liquidation. And then found good buyers and moved up. We had this big spike price probe up here, so I'd like to see this get accepted tomorrow for continuation there. But we're building value higher. It looks okay. The only thing I didn't like about it was just kind of a low confidence, low confidence day in my opinion. So we're basically at the top of balance, weekly balance here. So I'll just kind of monitor this for continuation and see. I think the first direction I'm going to be looking with what we've had. I don't know what kind of news we have tomorrow. I haven't even looked yet. So we have Manana's Friday, right? Barking. So we have PMI. At least everything's after the open. PMI, ISM, construction spending and consumer sentiment at 9. And then 4 more Fed speakers. That's horrible. So I'm going to be looking for signs of look above and fail. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. It'll depend a lot on how we open tomorrow, how we auction tonight, how we open, where we open is what direction I'll be looking. If we do get really short overnight, then it's kind of a different story. But if we get long overnight, then I'll be looking for opportunities to fade that and just kind of stack our balance higher, like we were stacking balance lower here. Same thing on NQ. This is NQ. What am I doing, man? So pretty much same story here. The profiles and stuff look same way, same story. We get above balance, I'll be looking to fade that unless we have MGI, market generator information that tells me differently. We start putting in singles, have excess, things like that, then I'll be looking to fade it back into balance, especially on a Friday. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the different names. Love to jump on voice tomorrow maybe and chat about it or whatever. We look over the charts, but I just kind of want to do that research and go over the process instead of just writing stuff down. I can kind of show what and kind of point out what I was looking at and everything too. So anyway, let me know your thoughts.